Welcome to all. Today's we have to discuss about the data communication, and today's start with the new model. The fourth model is a data link control. Okay, before you have start the data link control, first you have see the what is a data. Data is nothing but the useful information, and link is nothing but this is the media which is communicate with the two resources. Nothing but in the station A and station B in between how the data have transferred between the station A station B. That one is connecting with the wireless or wire that is called as a link, and control nothing but how the data have to be controlled from the sending from the source A to the source B. Okay, what is format and what is the structure, that one is called as an control. In the data link control, first we have to see the data services. What is an data services? The data link control deal with procedure of communication between the two adjacent nodes. That is node to node communication. The data link control function include a frame and a control. Nothing but the flow control and error control. There are three functions which are not to see in the data link control. First one is the framing. What is the framing? The frame is a group of bits. The framing means organizing the bit into a frame that are carried by a physical layer. The data link layer needs to form a frame so that each frame is distinguished from the another. The framing separate a message from other messages by adding sender address as well as the destination address. Thus, destination address define where the packet is to go. The sender address helps to receive the acknowledged the receipt. A large frame makes flow and the error control is very inefficient. Even a single bit error requires the retransmission of the whole message. When the message is divided into a similar frames, a single bit error affect only that some small frame. In the frame size, the two type of the frames we have to be seen in this model. The first one is the fixed size framing. The second one is variable size framing. Let us see one by one. What is a fixed size framing? There is no need to defining boundaries of frames. The size itself can be used as a delimiter. For example, the ATM van uses the frame to fixed size called cells. The second one is the variable size framing. We need to define the end of the frame and the beginning of the next frame. Two approaches are used. First one is a character oriented approach. Second one is a bit oriented approach. What about the character oriented approach? Let us see in the figure the data to be carried the 8-bit character from the code system such as the ASCII code. You have to show in the figure. The header and the tailor also a multiple of 8 bits. The header carries the source and destination address and other control information. The tailor carries the error detection or the error correction redundant bits. To separate one frame from the next frame, an 8-bit flag is added at the beginning and the end of the frame. The flag is composed of protocol dependent special characters. The flag signal the start or end of a frame. In the character oriented frame is situated when only text is exchanged by the data link layer. However, if we send other type of the information, then any pattern used for the flag can also be a part of the information. If the flag pattern appears in the data section, the receiver might think that it has reached the end of the frame. By the stuffing is used, In the byte stuffing, the special byte is added to the data section of the frame when there is a character with the same pattern as the flag. The data section is stuffed with the extra byte. This byte is also called as an escape character, which has a predefined bit pattern. When a receiver encounters the escape character, the receiver remove the escape character from the data section and treat the next character as a data, not a delimiting the flag. The receiver remove the escape character but keep the flag which is incorrectly interpreted as the end of the frame. Escape character part of the text must also be marked to the another escape character. The bit oriented framing, the data section of a framing is a sequence of bit to be interpreted by the upper layer of a text, audio, video and so on. However, in addition of headers and tailor, we need to delimiter to separate one frame from the another. Most protocol use a special 8-bit pattern flag 0, 11, 11, 11, 0 as a delimiter to define the beginning and the end of the frame. If the flag pattern appears in the data section, the receiver might think that has reached the end of the frame. The bit stuffing is used. If the bit stuffing, if a 0 and 5 consecutive 1 bit are encountered, an extra 0 is added. This extra stuffed bit is eventually removed from the data by the receiver. Thus, guarantee that the flag field separate sequence does not appears in the frame. In short, bit stuffing is a process of adding one extra zero whenever the 5 consecutive ones follows a zero in the data so that the receiver does not mistake the pattern of 0 5 ones 0 for a flag. And next one is the flow control and the error control. One of the responsibility of the DLC, that is the data link control sublayer, is flow and error control at the bit link layer. The flow control, whenever the entity produces the item and the another entity resumes them, there should be balance between the production and the consumption rates. If the items are produced faster than they can consumed, the consumer can be over him and may need to discard some items. We need to prevent losing the data item at the consumer site. At the sending node, the data link layer tries to push frame towards the data link layer at the receiving data or receiving node. If the receiving node cannot process and deliver the packet to the network at the same rate at the frame arrives, it becomes the overwhelm the frames. Here, flow control can be feedback from the receiver receiving the nodes to the sending nodes to stop or slow down pushing the frames. Buffers. Flow control can be implemented by using the buffer. The buffer is a set of memory locations that can hold packets at the sender and receiver. Normally, how buffer can be used? First buffer at the sender, second buffer at the receiver. The flow control communication can occur by sending a signal from the consumer to the producer. When the buffer of the receiver is full, it informs the sender to stop pushing frames. Error control. Error control includes the both error redirection and error correction. The error control allows the receiver to inform the sender to any frames are lost or damaged in the transmission. A CRC is added to the frame header by the sender and the checker by the receiver. At the data link layer, error control is normally implemented using one of the following two methods. The first method, if the frame is corrupted, it is discarded. If the frame is not corrupted, the packet is delivered to the network layer. This method is used mostly in wired LAN such as Ethernet. The second method, if the frame is corrupted, it is discarded. If the frame is not corrupted, the acknowledgement is sent to the sender. The acknowledgement is used for the purpose of the both flow and the error control. Combinations of the flow and error control. The flow and error control can be combined. The acknowledgement that is sent for the flow control can also be used for the error control to tell the sender the packets as arrived uncorrupted. The lack of acknowledgement means that there is a problem in sent frames. The frame that carries an acknowledgement is normally called a ACK to distinguish in it from the data frame, connectionless and connection oriented. The DLC protocol can be either connectionless or the connection oriented. The connectionless protocol frames are sent from one node to the next without any relationship between the frames. Each frame is independent. The term connectionless does not mean that there is no physical connection between the two nodes. It means that there is no connection between the frames. The frames are not numbered and it is not sent any ordering. Most of the data link protocol or the LAN are connectionless protocols. And in the connection oriented protocols, the logically connection should first to establish between the two nodes, nothing but the two setups, or we can also say that once two stations. After all frames that are somehow related to each other are transmitted, the logical connection in the terms the frame and number and sent in the order. If the frame are not receiver in the order, the receiver node or need to wait until all frames belonging to the same set of receiver and the deliver them other order of the network layer. Connection oriented protocol are the rare in the wired LAN, but we can see them in the same point to point protocols, some wireless LANs and some wireless WANs. In the data link layer protocol, traditionally two protocols have been defined from the data link layer to deal with the flow and control or the error control. The simple protocol and the stop and wait protocol. The behavior of the data link layer protocol can be better. You have to see in the figure. It is called as an finite state machine. And finite state machine is a machine with a finite number of the states. The machine is always in one of the state until the event occur. Each event is associated with the two reactions. The first one is defining the list of the action to be performed. The second one is determining the next state. It is also be called as the current state. On the state must be defined as the infinite state, the state in which the machine start when it is turned on, as you see in the figure. The first one, the simplest protocol. The protocol has no flow control or the error control. The protocol is unidirectional protocol, nothing but travel only a one direction. the receiver can immediately handle any frame it receives. And at the sender side, first you have to see the sender side. In the sender side, the data link layer gets the data from the network layer and makes the frame out of the data and send the frames. At the receiver side, the data link layer receive the frame from the physical layer, exactly the data from the frame, and deliver the data into a network layer. The data link layer of the sender and receiver provide the transmission service for their network layer. The data link layer use the services provided by their physical layer of the physical transmission of the bits. And in the frames, sorry, it is called as an FSMs, the two main requirements. The first one is the sender side cannot send the frame until the network layer has a data packet to send. The receiver side cannot deliver a data packet to its network layer until the frame arrives. These two requirements are shown in the figure. Each FSM has only a one state and the ready state. At the sender machine, the sending the machine frames the remains it is ready states until the request come from the processors in the network layer. When this event occur, the sending machines encapsulate the message in the frame and sends to the receiving machines. At the receiver machine, the remains it is ready state until the frames arise from the sending machine. When this event occur, the receiving machine decapsulate the message out of the frame and deliver it to the process at the network layer. And stop and wait protocol, this uses both flow and error control. Normally the receiver has limited storage space. If the receiver the receiving the data frame from many sources, the receivers may, if the receiver is receiving the data from many source, the receiver may be overloaded with the frames and discard the frames. To prevent the receiver from being overloaded with the frames, we need to tell the sender to slow down. At the sender, the sends the frames and start a timer, keeps a copy of sent frames and wait for acknowledgement frame from the receiver. Then if the acknowledgement frame arrives before the timer expires, the timer is stopped and the sender sends the next frame. Also the sender discards the copy of the previous frame. If the timer expires before acknowledgement frame arrives, the sender resend the previous frame and restart the timer. At the receiver, to detect the corrupt the frames, a CRC is added to each data frame. When the frame arrives at the receiver state, the frame is checked if the frame's CRC is incorrect. The frame is corrupt and discarded. The silence of the receiver is a signal for the sender that frame was either corrupt or lost. FSM. Here how it's work. The sender state. Sender is initially in the ready state, but it can move between ready and blocking the states. The ready state, when the sender is in the state, it is only waiting for the packets from the network layer. If the packet comes from the network layer, the sender creates the frame, saves the copy of the frame, starts the only the timer and send the frames. The sender then move to the blocking the states. And what is the blocking state? When the sender is in the state, three events can occur. First one, if timeout occur, the senders resend the saved copy of the frame and restart the timer. If a corrupted acknowledgement arrives, it is discarded. Third one is if the error free acknowledgement arrives, the sender stop the timer and discard the saved copy of the frame. It then moves to the ready state. In the receiver side, the receiver is always in the ready state in the two events may occur. The first one, if the error free frame arrives, the message in the frame is delivered to the network layer and an acknowledgement is sent. If a corrupted frame arrives, the frame is discarded. Sequence and acknowledgement number. First one is how to deal with the corrupted frames. If the corrupted frames arrives at the receiver site, then the frame is simple discarded. And how to deal with the loss of the frames. If the receiver receive out of order the data frame, then it means the frame were lost. The lost frame need to be resent. In the problem to stop and wait protocol, there is no way to identify the frames. The receiver, second one is the receiver frame could be correct one or duplicate or frame out of order. Use a sequence number of each data frame. Use acknowledgement number of each acknowledgement frame. The sequence number frame needs to be numbered. This is done by the using sequence numbers. The sequence number field is added to the data frames. The acknowledgement number, then acknowledgement number field is added to the acknowledgement frames. The sequence numbers are 010101. The acknowledgement number can also be 101010. The acknowledgement number always announced the sequence number of the next frame expected by the receiver. Today's we have to complete the data link services and other three factors. Okay, in the next section we have to see the piggybacking and the high level of the data control. Okay, I hope today's what I have to say explain that data link services and the receiver and the sender side you have to understand. Okay, thank you.